Well, greetings, humble boys, girls, and of course, gift animals. How are you today? I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. I hope you had a very Merry Christmas, as I did. Um, Won this fine thing at a thing called Dirty Santa, or some variation thereof, and stole it from a humble friend of mine. So I'm sure he was upset because it's probably the most valuable gift on the whole setup there. A good friend of mine had a glass chicken. That was my gift. No one knew about it. Anyway, how are you? I'm well. Back at the tobacco fields, if you will, and got a pizza tonight. There's really not much going on in terms of the food market. I mean, in all honesty, I've been looking, and McDonald's has some new mozzarella sticks or something like that out. Oh, we're drinking that, by the way. Yeah, some mozzarella sticks, great. I'll try those in a minute or two, but mine right down the street does not have them yet, so can't really do it. We're doing something called Jets Pizza now. Apparently they're popular up in Michigan. They have a couple here in the Charlotte metro area, so I decided I'd try them out. So, never had it, don't really know much about it. Obviously, it's a deep dish. Came to $15.50. And that's with the delivery fee. I didn't feel like venturing out this eve, but after tip and everything like that, $20, a little over $20, which isn't terrible. No coupon or anything like that. It's just a simple pepperoni pizza, and as I said, it's a deep dish pizza. It's square. It reminds me of Little Caesar's deep dish. So we'll go ahead and try it out. It's cut into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 2, 10 pieces. How about that for math? Oh, wow. That's gooey. Well, it's hot. I'll tell you that much. Oh. Well, I wish I had napkins, but I don't. Put that cheese back on top there. Let it rest upon the top of the pizza. Greasy, a little bit. I know some of you are criticizing this glass because it has a chip in it. Well, during the move, it did chip. We do have a backup glass somewhere on set. Can't seem to find it. We're going to wear this puppy out until it breaks completely. And that's what your Uncle Karl does. He doesn't abandon things when they're injured. Just like a sick puppy dog on the side of the road. It's a lesson to your children who may be listening out in radio land. Let's talk about the pizza though, before I get into, one of my rambling moods. How's the weather where you're at? Well, great. Obviously I can't hear you, but I'm going to pretend. That is the air conditioner running because it is abnormally hot. I'm doing this video a day or two after Christmas, and it's still in the mid-70s, which is unusual to say the least, even for down here. Okay. So I ate a corner piece there, so it had a little bit more crust. I like crust. Deep dish pizza, you're not going to get that much crust. I mean, it's just basically burnt cheese and a little bit of bread. But on the pizza itself and the slice itself, you get a little bit more breading to begin with. So it's kind of like a win-win. For me, at least, when I get a deep dish pizza and it's a square, go ahead and get that corner piece to give you a true rating of what's going on here. And what's going on, honestly, it's a really good pizza. I quite enjoy a deeper dish pizza because I like a breadier pizza. Now that's a personal preference, but if you compare this to the deep dish pizza that you get at, let's say, Little Caesars, this is, you know, pretty good. And Little Caesars has a good one. That's $8. That's obviously a better value. This one has a better sauce. Can't really quite describe it. Has a more tangier aftertaste, I guess, is the best way to describe it. Kind of lingers on the tongue. Now, Little Caesars just kind of, boom, just a little bit of tomato. This one, I feel like there's a little bit of garlic in there. Absolutely, a little, maybe not even a little garlic, but definitely some garlic there. It's a little bit more seasoned, and it's got a tangier kind of profile to it, which is always a good thing. The cheese is melted perfectly. Now, the quality of it, I can't really differentiate, to a T, how one cheese is better than the other when they're melted. Now, when they're solid, obviously, I think it's pretty easy to tell. But when they're melted, it's kind of like, a melted cheese is melted cheese on a pizza, at least. So that I'll just say, okay, fair game. The pepperoni, great quality. Really is. Not too salty, fairly flavorful, but it doesn't overpower anything, which is a good thing in my book. And the crust, now it's got a really nice crisp burnt edge, and on a deep dish pizza, that's kind of what you're looking for. It's not overdone, it's just kind of right on point. So whoever did this, bravo, well done. And surprisingly, I only paid $15 for it. Now you're thinking, well, Uncle, that's a lot of money. Well, I didn't have any coupons, and generally there's some kind of deal or sale on pizzas. Two, there's $3 delivery charge when I generally pick up these things. I think the list price was like $10.99, which isn't a bad deal for a large pizza. And then lastly, obviously, your humble uncle tips. So not a bad price considering the circumstances. Now, if I were to search around and really dig deep for everything, I'd probably pay about $10 for this pizza. Probably tip about $4 or $5 if it was delivered, and then 2 or 3 if it was something I picked up. So, I mean, I'm impressed. I've never had Jet's pizza, but I like this style of pizza. I think it's a great pizza. I mean, just look at that char. Just kidding. But it was hot, very hot, almost to the point where I had to wait to cool off a little bit. And you want your pizzas like that, honestly. You want something that is really hot, really fresh, especially when it's delivered. That's hard to do. So, I mean, I'm going to commend Jet's Pizza here. I didn't think it was going to be that good, honestly. It's just kind of something I found on my way home from work one time, and I called and asked if they delivered. And lo and behold, they did. So you and I are lucky in that regard. Maybe you have it in your neighborhood, maybe you don't. Up in Michigan, I'm sure you do. Apparently, that's where it started. At least that's what Wikipedia says. Apparently, in the Charlotte metro area, there's a couple of locations. So maybe you're one of the lucky ones because this is it's a decent pizza, worth your uncle's nod of the head, if you will. So let's go ahead and rate this. I'd say it deserves at least, and you can hang your hat on this. Well done, Jets. 8.37112. Anyway, God bless. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. And as always, you take care. Till next time.